Today I'm going to present you a cyber forensic tool, and that tool which I've preferred for this presentation is called Toolslay. Okay, so firstly let us try to understand what cyber forensic is, because as this tool is a cyber forensic tool, so you should be aware about the what exactly is cyber forensics. So cyber forensic, or you can say computer forensic, is a branch of digital forensics. And what exactly we do in this, whenever evidences are found in computer or digital storage media, what we do in cyber forensic is that we examine those digital media. And why we examine? In order to preserve or recover or analyze the digital information present in the computer or the digital storage media that we found. Okay, so there are many tools available. There are very big large tools as well as small tools. The large tools are mainly used by the organizations which deals with cyber forensics, and there are small tools or general purpose tools which can be used by the students or for either faculties in order to get an understanding or for teaching purpose as well. So many of you might have preferred tools which requires downloading and after that installation of that particular tool in order to use any of the feature which is available in that tool. But this tool does not require any such thing. This is a tool which is managed by the privately owned website, and there is no need for any installation and downloading. You can directly visit the website and make use of the features which is available. Okay, so let me show you the tool. You just have to type toolslay.com and you can visit their home page, and you can see there are features available on their website which I will explain to you. Okay, so now the question comes whether this is a hardware forensic tool or a software forensic tool. It is a silly question, means you can easily guess what kind of tool it is, but let me explain you. Mainly digital forensic tools falls under two categories. The first one is hardware forensic tools and the second one is software forensic tools. Okay, so hardware forensic tools are what kind of tools? Hardware forensic tools can range from simple single purpose components to complete computer systems and servers. Okay, those are very big tools. And software forensic tools, what are software forensic tools? You can group them into command line applications, which some of you might have considered like the command line tools, and other type of tools which falls under software forensic tools can be graphical user interface tools. So I can say that this tool, which is Toolslay, can fall under the software forensic tool category, which is a kind of GUI tool. Okay, so the next question arises that whether it is a cyber forensic tool or not. Means how can you identify that a tool is a cyber forensic tool or it is some different kind of tool which does not fall under cyber forensics. So mainly if a tool belongs to cyber forensic category, the tool should have various functions. Like let me tell you some of the functions, like it can validate and verify, it can extract, it can reconstruct, it can create reports, log reports, etc. So Toolslay features have these functions within it. So we can say that Toolslay is a kind of cyber forensic tool. Okay, so let's move forward. Toolslay consists mainly of 12 features. Like file surgeon is one of the features. Okay, what file surgeon do? It repair damaged files with the help of someone who has an intact copy. So this is one of the features, and one more feature is JPEG stripper. Okay, so what does it help? It remove all the metadata like geotagging and camera make and model and many more from JPEG files without affecting the image quality. Okay, uh, one more feature is split and join. What it does, it split and join files instantaneously. Okay, you just have to drag and drop the files inside this feature, and there are many more features, but what features I am going to cover are those 5 features. Okay, let me tell you what are those features. First one is file identifier. Okay, second one is password generator, third one is hash and validate, fourth one is binary inspector, and fifth one is PGPJ. So these are the 5 features which I have considered in order to explain it to you for this tool. Okay, so let's move forward with the first feature, file identifier. Okay, so this is the first feature, file identifier. So what does this feature help us? It helps us to figure out the type of a file based on its contents. Okay, so recognizes over 2000 file formats using libmagic. It can recognize around 2000 files. That's a big number, and some of you might be thinking what exactly is libmagic here. So libmagic is the library that commonly supports the file command on Unix systems. Okay, so this library handles the loading of database files that describe the magic numbers used to identify various file types. So it is a library in the Unix systems, so which this this feature make use of libmagic in order to identify the contents of the means figure out what exactly the file is. Okay, so let me demonstrate you file identifier. This one is file identifier. So you just have to select a file. Okay, let me select a file. Like if I select this PDF, you can open it. It will tell you what exactly the file format is. So you can select any type of file. If you are unaware about the detail of that file or the format of that file, it will easily help you to identify that particular file. So this is one of the features. Okay, so let's move forward. The second feature is password generator. So this is also one of the very helpful feature in order to generate password, because thinking of difficult passwords and storing means for mainly we uses our birthdays or some dates, important dates as a password. It sometimes gets very difficult to generate or think of difficult passwords for security purposes. So this is a feature, very good feature, which will help you to generate many random passwords, and it has different features. As you can see, whatever is your choice, you can just ensure that it is marked and you can generate the password. Okay, so these are the 3 examples I have shown you here. You can generate the password with the help of this feature. Okay, so let me show you. This is the feature password generator. You just have to visit this feature, and according to your choice, according to your the strength or the security you like, you can generate as tough as you like. The password can be as complex as you need. Okay, so if I select these 6 tick marks, I can select the length also to 16. I can select the count also, and by the help of this you can ensure a very good password will be created for you for any of the and for any purpose whichever you want. So this is also a very good feature. After that, let me go to the next feature, which is hash and validate. Okay, so this feature hashes any local file with the help of these algorithms: MD5 or SHA-1 or SHA-256 or CRC32. Means what it does, this tool also make a validation links that allow others to check their copy of the file against corruption or tampering. Okay, so let me demonstrate it to you in order to explain you properly. Okay, so this is the hash and validate feature. So first of all, let me show you. You can also create, like if you type cyber forensics here, so you can see that whichever algorithm we have ticked mark here, it is creating a hash value for this particular text. Okay, so this will help you to create any hash for any particular text, as well as if you can select any file or means whatever format the file have, it will help you to create the hash of that particular file. Okay, so this is how you can create the hash. But what exactly validate means? For example, this feature of this tool can be very helpful. For example, if you send a report to some of your friend and he or she make changes in that report without telling you, you don't want any changes in that particular file, but in spite of that he or she made some changes in that particular report of yours. So how can you look into that, whether there is some change or not in that particular report? As the report is very large, so and it contains a lot of content to verify, to just go through and look if there is a change or not. So this feature can be very helpful in that case. You just have to bring that report and you have to select a file, you have to select that particular report, and if there is a slightest change in that report, the hash value will change. Means before sending the report to your friend, you might have generated one hash value. Okay, but after getting the report back from your friend, you again generated the hash value, and very sure if the content is changed in that report, the hash value will get changed. So this is a very good feature in order to validate whether there is some mistake or changes made to your personal files or not. This tool help you in order to validate that thing, and this is how you can generate the hash value, and after that you can validate also if it requires. Okay, so this is a feature, hash and validate. After that, the next feature is binary inspector. What exactly it does? It find and extract embedded multimedia resources, discover hidden images, audio, video or document within the files. Okay, so as I have told you that if a tool is a cyber forensic tool, it should have functions like extraction and also like reporting. So you can consider this feature as that function only. Means whenever you want complete information about a particular file which you got from the computer or the digital media when you visit a particular place in order to do the cyber forensic task, this feature of this particular tool can be a helpful thing. Okay, so let me give you a demonstration of this binary inspector. Okay, this is a binary inspector. You just have to select a file. For example, if I select this PDF file, okay, so it is giving me detail that what is the file format, what is the file size, file name, analysis. 7 images are present. You can visit the images also that is present in this particular file. Okay, so let me choose some different file. Okay, let me choose this PPT. See, so a very complete information we are getting it from this particular file. Everything we are generating from this feature, everything, number of pages, words, characters, everything, like last saved by also, title also, everything. We are getting the images also, how many images are present in this particular presentation, everything, every information we will get from any of the file which we drag and drop here. So it is also a very good feature in order to get information. Okay, the next feature is PG Pigeon. Okay, this is a very powerful feature. It encrypts, decrypts, sign or verify messages with PGP. Okay, it is a simple but powerful encryption tool. Okay, so let me explain it to you by giving a demonstration. This is a layout which you will look here. Okay, so this is the feature. Okay, so in order to send any secret information to someone, you can very easily make use of this feature. Okay, so first of all you need to generate keys. Okay, as I've already generated keys beforehand, this feature is making use of RSA algorithm, and when you try to generate the keys by, you just have to click on generate. You just have to write your full name, your email address, and you have to set one password here, and then you have to click generate, and when you click on generate, a key will be generated, a private key as well as a public key for you. Okay, so firstly a key has been generated. Now you have to send a particular message to someone which has to be encrypted, because it should be a secret message that no one should understand. So you can click on encrypt, you can click here, you can select these two things which you generated in the key section, and after that if you type like cyber forensics, okay, and after that if you click go, you just have to type the password which you set in the key section. Okay, so let me type the password. See, it has generated encrypted data for that cyber forensic normal text data. Okay, so if you want to send this particular encrypted data to someone, you can send it via mail. Okay, so let me demonstrate it to you that whether we are able to decrypt this content or not. Okay, so let's close this, let's move back. This is the decrypt and verify. Okay, so let me paste the encrypted version here. Okay, so what answer we will be getting from here? Let's click OK. We have to again put the password. See, you are getting the actual content which got encrypted in the encrypted feature, encryption part, and now if you are decrypting that particular encrypted text, you are getting the exact same thing which you have sent. Okay, so this is how you can encrypt and decrypt from this particular feature by generating the key. Okay, so this is the last feature which I have explained it to you for this particular tool. I hope you got to learn from this tool some of the features. This is not a very a big tool which will be helpful for many of the tasks, but it can give you a brief idea. Yes, that these features will give you a brief idea that yes, if you want some small features to demonstrate or for your general purpose use also, you can easily make use of this tool. Okay, so thank you for listening. Have a nice day.